on. He's been doing it for a long time for the Labour Party, and he is Skerritt's head honcho now. Because in any other country where this kind of information is revealed about the behavior of a senior executive of a citizenship by investment program in any country, that person would be gone. And instead of talking about why is Emmanuel Nanton still holding the post of head at the citizenship by investment unit, we want to talk about the allegations of Sam Raphael, and we want to talk about Jason Fontaine. What about Emmanuel Nanton and all the things that he's involved in still being able as a result of that to be the head of the citizenship by investment unit in Dominica? What message are we sending to the rest of the world? But let's go back, Matt, because within weeks of Alireza Monfared receiving his passport, arrangements were being made for Emmanuel Nanton and Skerritt to fly down to Malaysia to meet with him. And early in October, it appears that the decision had already been reached by Skerritt that this is a man who should have a diplomatic passport because he has a lot of money to exchange for it. So they started asking him for money right then. He's paid for his ordinary passport, you know. He's paid for the passport of his son, his daughter, his wife. He's paid for all those passports. But they have seen in him a man who is able to shell out more money on the basis of which he will get a diplomatic passport and diplomatic rank. So they're going to Malaysia to meet him. October of 2014. It doesn't work out for Mr. Skerritt to go. So they go to Malaysia, Nanton and Kenneth Daru and Alec Lawrence, trip fully paid for by Monfared, and they leave Malaysia very happy, confirm that yeah, this man have money, this man can do the business. And then on the 21st of October 2014, Roosevelt Skerritt, the Prime Minister, sends to Emmanuel Nanton and Alec Lawrence an application form for a diplomatic passport for them to give it to Monfared. Nanton immediately sends it to Monfared, the 22nd of October. The same day that Monfared is expelled on arrival in Thailand across the border from Malaysia. So this Sir Monfared, this Dato Monfared, which Nanton found to be in excellent standing in Malaysia, was unable to go across the border to Thailand. In October of 2014, he was deported on arrival. Go back to where you come from. We do not want you in our country, Thailand. Does that strike you as somebody who's on the up and up and somebody who just on his face, based on what Nanton saw, was a fit and proper person to be holding a Dominican diplomatic passport? Or was it that they saw in him the capability to shell out the millions which they would be exchanging for the diplomatic passport? And where was the due diligence? Because all of that happened, his deportation, expulsion from Thailand happened before he got the diplomatic passport, you know. But they're not concerned about that. They're concerned that he can exchange serious money for the diplomatic passport and privileges he'll be receiving. So they ignore all that and they move along. And in December, after the election, after he has shelled out over $1 million to assist them with the election, he sends in his completed form for the diplomatic passport. And then, when Mr. Skerritt goes to Malaysia to meet him in March the following year, Mr. Skerritt brings along the diplomatic passport with him. So Monfared now has his passport. And you know where he tested? He tested first and foremost on a trip to China with Skerritt on a private jet that he paid for, that Skerritt requested. Skerritt requested a private jet to take him from Malaysia to China. Monfared paid. Monfared accompanied him on the trip. And when Monfared came back from China, he entered Malaysia with his diplomatic passport.
But tell me, of course, both of us would know that it almost sounds like Sioux season. We have not received any papers?
No? Well, not yet. Well, let's say not yet. Because they must be considering hard and looking for loopholes in the arguments and looking to see whether this document is legit or not that we're quoting. But they know what they did. Nanton knows that he was asking Monfared for money on behalf of Labour Party interest and so on. Nanton knows he received the money from Monfared. Monfared's people operating in the Labuan district where the sanctions busting companies were operating from Monfared for Babax and Jani and so on. Nanton knows that he asked for $200,000. He gave the account information for the Portsmouth service station, which belongs to him. And when he got confirmation that the money had been sent by Monfared himself from Dubai, from an account in Dubai, he then said to the individual that was sending the confirmation, well, he had indicated that the money should have been sent to Alec Lawrence's client account instead because he believes he will have money withdrawing that from the bank. Why would you ask for money?
You'll have difficulty, you say.
Give a bank account number with information for the transfer. And then, all of a sudden, figure out that you will have trouble withdrawing the money from the bank. And so it should have gone to a lawyer's client account instead. Does that raise any issues for the lawyer? Does that raise any issues for you? What is it saying about you and the money you know you are receiving in the circumstances that you're receiving the money? You must know that there's something wrong about the transfer of those funds, which is why you would have difficulty withdrawing it. And you are suggesting it would have been safer in the client account of your brother, Alec Lawrence. Why aren't we talking about those things in Dominica? Because they're the gospel truth, the whole truth, and nothing but.
I'm about to ask that question. I mean, there seems to be a conspicuous silence on this issue. Very serious allegation.
They would like these truths to be overrun by the allegations of Sam Raphael and the stories that they want to concoct about Lennox Linton and so on, and Jason Fontaine and United Workers' Party and Joshua Francis and Thompson Fontaine and so on. We have some serious national issues to deal with involving the way in which governance has run in this country in the last 17 years, particularly in the last 14 years under Roosevelt Skerritt.
Do they care?
Well, it is not for them to care. It is for the people whose business they are entrusted with to care. It is for the people to care, not for them, because they know what they're doing. They know that whatever they're doing is allowing them to get richer and richer and richer while the country gallops to hell in a handbasket, while poverty deepens, while people are finding it hard all around the country to make ends meet, while people are more and more dependent on little handouts here and there from the government. They know that this is the situation, and in order for them to continue to perpetuate themselves in power forever and ever, amen, they want to go to Parliament to change our election laws so they can continue to bribe and cheat their way into election victories. And we're saying no. The people of Dominica need to wake up and start making some demands. What is going to happen now, Matt, with all we know? Mm-hmm. And don't believe that what we disclosed on the 9th of October is the end of the story, or is
9th of July.
9th of July is the end of the story, or is all that needs to be known. There are government and other agencies around the world that know a lot more than Lennox Linton does. You see, all of a sudden the US is interested in a Park Avenue condominium worth $50 million, paid for with bribe money on behalf of Alison Madueke. You see, all of a sudden, the U.S. is also interested in an $80 million yacht paid for with bribe money on behalf of Alison Madueke. And you see, the U.S. wants those assets forfeited in their courts in the United States. So the monies now that came from the people of Nigeria can be returned to the people of Nigeria. There is a lot that Dominica has lost through bribery and corruption from officials of this government. And someday, coming soon, hopefully, the U.S. will move to have those assets forfeited and to have the monies returned to the people of Dominica where it belongs, so that some new administration can deliver better results for people. A growing economy with jobs, with opportunities for young people to become their own people, to earn their own money and to build their own lives. That is what we stand for. But with all of the corruption that is taking place, the country is being deprived of opportunities to grow. Young people are being cheated out of their opportunities to become their own people. And we're saying it is time for this to stop. And the people of Dominica have to start asking questions. Leave the sideshows alone and focus on the issues. This is a rogue administration facilitating crooks and criminals around the world with Dominica diplomatic passports for personal benefits to themselves.
Lennox Linton, I'd like to engage you a little further, but can you give us a little lower down, another half an hour? We can engage.
What time?
9:30.
9:30 is good, man.
9:30. Okay, we'll talk again because I know the telephones are going crazy. Stick around for Lennox Linton. We have a stop. We'll find foods, and we'll take on Lennox Linton from 9:30 this morning. Thank you, sir. I always tell you, it reads like a script. A script from a movie. From my sources, there is a lot more.
Every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
My mom shops at Save-A-Lot for all our school supplies. Shoes, stationery, bags, water bottles, and food containers. Fabric for my uniforms. Mom gets coloring books and crayons for my little sister. We love the sharpeners, character pens, bags, and pencils that Mom chooses. Save-A-Lot is the best.
I choose Save-A-Lot because it's the one-stop shop for all school supplies for my growing girl. I do not have to worry about the quality and price because Save-A-Lot got everything we need at affordable prices.
Preschoolers to college students, Save-A-Lot got you covered. Spend $100 in Save-A-Lot HBC and enter for a chance to win a bookshelf valued at $700. Come on down to Save-A-Lot for all your school supplies. Save-A-Lot, make back to school shopping easy.
Storm Tip, brought to you by Save-A-Lot. A storm can come at any time during the hurricane season. being prepared is very important. Prepare for a storm by stocking up on emergency supplies, including canned and other non-perishable foods, lots of water, batteries, lanterns, flashlights, storage containers, and resealable bags, first aid kit, and battery-operated radio to stay up to date on the latest information. Also remember to have your mobile phones fully charged and have all emergency numbers handy. Visit Save-A-Lot Supermarket and HBC Department, and we will get you fully ready for any storm.
I work hard for my money, so it means a lot. I gotta buy things and don't wanna spend a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. Where shopping makes a better deal, where prices set your dollar bill. I work hard for my money, so it means a lot. I gotta buy things and don't wanna spend a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot.
Okay, it's 9:02. Let's take on Rosemary from Save-A-Lot this morning. There's a lot to talk about. Hello.
Hi, Matt. Good morning. Good morning to you, Dominica. Good morning to all our friends in the region. I know everybody's tuned in because I was listening, and I know your hot seat this morning is just hot burning. But guess what? It have more fire at Save-A-Lot. So you need to know what's happening at Save-A-Lot. As you know, it is back to school. It is summer. And you know that all the ladies, especially, you want to shine. And I know you want that hair that's just going to be giving you the added beauty. But also, I know it's a time that you have to put your hands in your pocket. You have to shop. It's a must for back to school. And as you're aware, this year we are actually giving away 2 computer desks with bookshelf added, valued at $700 each. Imagine, yes. And the bookshelf or the computer desk is not hidden, you know. It's right upstairs in our store. You can view it, you can see it, you can feel it. But how are you gonna get that one though? You simply have to spend $100, including your stationery items. You must purchase stationery items. You can buy your shoes, because today actually we are receiving more shoes in stock. We are getting your white sneakers. You're gonna be getting shoes from preschool, I tell you, all the way up to college. Also, you can purchase your black fabric to have your skirt tailored at Save-A-Lot, and get all your exercise books at Save-A-Lot. Remember, I told you you have a choice in colors. You can choose per subject. The books are just so beautiful. And remember, I told you it's not passive in the books that we sell. You can actually push pencil, push pen in page, and your book remain intact. If you root a page, you do not expect the one at the back to come out. It's their own sewn, which means you can root the pages inside the exercise books. What I love about these books, the book, you will complete the book from front page to back page, and your book is intact. Nothing is going to come out. The cover remains intact. So at Save-A-Lot, really you are getting the best deal on all your exercise books, and I cannot tell you they're all below $5. So just imagine how much you save on your exercise book. But that's not all that we have. We have the entire list you can think of in terms of stationery items. We have the Keeper Trappers. We have the largest selection of pen to choose from. We have the pencils for the preschoolers, my first pencil. We have pencils for college students, for drawing, technical drawing. You can get that at Save-A-Lot. We have all we have all the folders that you need to actually stock up your test papers, your projects, everything that you're looking for in terms of sharpeners, crayons. We have the jumbo crayons, we have the jumbo coloring books with one picture. For the preschoolers, we also have coloring books for the different classes. And just name that. In terms of getting the best ruler, we have rulers, and I can tell you it's just low prices at Save-A-Lot. You know that you have to get all your filler paper. You must get that. It's a must. You ensure that you have all your projects folders, because you must present projects in folders. We ensure that you have all the craft items that you are looking for, and I always stress on craft items. It plays a very, very important role, so you have to get your craft items at Save-A-Lot. All your googly eyes, your channel stem, which you call a pipe cleaner. You know, you must get the popsicle sticks. You must get the cotton buds, the colored cotton buds, which you call the pom-pom. You must get that at Save-A-Lot. Also, you know, Save-A-Lot, we stock up on the largest selection of bags. When you think of school bags, and we are known for selling the strongest bag in Dominica. And every year customers return to Save-A-Lot and they would say, look, I'm only changing the bag which I purchased last year and the shoes, because you know it's a new term and I want to send my child back to school looking good, but I tell you, class still more. The bag is still good, it is intact. And I know some people would purchase bag other places, and before that child start walking up Constitution Hill to go to SMP, SMA, and to go to St. Martin's School, what happens to the bag? The bottom stays, and the books start falling. This is not good, because when you spend your money, you must spend wisely. And I can tell you, your neighbors, they can testify to you that purchasing bags, snack bags, and shoes at Save-A-Lot is the best they have ever purchased in their lives. That's why we say to you, when you shop at Save-A-Lot, you are actually saving more than 40%. Don't forget, with all the discount that we have, the best prices that we have, we are giving away that bookshelf to actually valued at $700 each. And I said to you, we're not giving you no hidden agenda, nothing that you cannot see to tell you spend $100. And when you win, we give you a pass. If I win something, you can't even mount up, you can't even put the laptop on it, you can't put the computer desk on it, and you even want to hide it in the room. No, this one goes right in the living room or around your dining area. You're talking about quality products when you spend $100. That's what you're gonna win. So you have all the reason to shop at Save-A-Lot. And I have been telling you that wait for the bottles, wait for the lunch bowls, wait for the sandwich dishes and the fruit bowls at Save-A-Lot. The largest selection in character. So no matter which bag you pick up, we have the bowl, we have the fruit bowls, we have the bottles, the water bottles, everything to match. Remember, we are saying to you that we're sending the children back to school in style. We want them to feel confident. We want them to feel like they're proud students, and mommy has done her best. Good representation from mommy and daddy. And a child that is well contented, you expect that child to excel at school. If you do not spend your hard-earned money as parents and invest in that child, what's going to happen? They say, mommy don't care. Why should I care? Let me tell you something, children learn from what they see. If you are a hard-working mother, hard-working father, that child want to work as hard because they want to, you know what, be like mommy and be like daddy. But if you do not want to even spend $1 to buy their books, what are they going to say? So that's why we are saying to you, at Save-A-Lot, education is key. We put 100% value on our children. That's why we have the greatest selection to choose from and the price that everybody can afford. So là où vini côté Save-A-Lot, prenez ma son trolley, non? Passe à mon petit pain. You need a trolley when you come into Save-A-Lot, because we have everything that you need. And I can tell you that for $100, just think of the amount of things you can buy. Everything is like $4, $3, $5 stationery item and quality items. That's why you must make Save-A-Lot your #1 spot for shopping all your stationery items this summer season. The ladies, oh boy, they have been waiting, Matt, for that hair. You know, summertime is time that everybody's taking a little holiday, a little vacation, and
So
it's
you have
time.
some new styles now?
Oh yes, and it's right in stock, and I can tell you by 11 o'clock, by 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, we will have all the hair in stock. The faux locks, the kids rock, it will be then. People have been coming to get their children hair. And in terms of the soft dreadlocks, let me say to you, we are fortunate that we got the long ones also.
Yes.
So we have everything that you need. The long ones that you can cut in 3.
Man, you're almost looking
We
good,
have
that's
that. And we also have...
nothing for you, huh?
I saw them. They look good.
I'm saying...
He might want to actually put a net and then probably put some flux, you know. I realize you want to put some of that HIB. Mon jadou so mette sans letter to papa se kote mon sa. Male pièce tum dom ni kache a mette HIV who's my brother. A man must be a man if a clean bald head or his hair well shaven on his head. His
reaction is
no. I saw them. I saw the soft dreadlocks.
It was just a reaction. I was like, wow, like, you know, almost like you're interested.
No, I saw them and I thought they looked good. Rosemary, yesterday I was in your store.
Well, yes, Matt, and I can tell you that Lennon actually was looking at all the stuff in the store, because you know people stop him and they ask him, what do you all have in stock, and he have to be able to tell them. That's what you know.
I even bought my bowl set yesterday.
Oh yeah, man.
My take along. Rubbermaid. I bought my first set about 2 years ago. They lasted 2 years. I still have them.
Right.
A set of free. You get free good Rubbermaid durable bowls. The lid that closes very tight.
Okay.
For only $10.
You can carry your lunch around.
That's why I carry my lunch in, man, for only $10. And I bought another set yesterday.
And we also have for $5.
I know you have the smaller one for $5, and you have them in green, also have them in red. That you have.
Just give away at Save-A-Lot, Matt. It's just a lot of giveaways at Save-A-Lot. But to continue on the here, Lennon,
yes,
you know that's what our customers really, really need for the summer season. So we have them in long, we have them in short.
Everything.
And I can tell you, we also brought in the melanin queen. That's the hottest 100% human straight hair you can think of, and Maiko Yaki. And all these here, they are not available anywhere else, you know, but at Save-A-Lot. That's why Save-A-Lot stands for quality. We stand for what you won't find anywhere else, and we bring in the brands that you know that our customers will be satisfied with at a price that they can afford. We benchmark, we do everything like that to make sure that the customers look great. When you walk into Save-A-Lot and you purchase at Save-A-Lot, we want to send around another 100 customers to get that same item. Take for example, our Anchor Poles breakable dishes with covers. You are actually saving 40% on that.
Yes. I saw them. Maria almost made me bought some yesterday, and she almost made me buy something yesterday.
Yeah, she can.
She's good. Let me tell you, Rosemary can make me buy the entire store. That's why I gotta run when I go to store. Because there are things
Don't let her see you.
Yeah, there are things you want that Rosemary. But you can get that one. You can price, and the prices are good, man. So before you know it, I came for one item, and I have 5, 6 going to the cashier. Yeah, so that's what you get at Save-A-Lot. But the bowls are very, very attractive, like very, very strong, and the lids, some of them have lids on.
They all have lids.
They all have lids on.
Yeah.
Man. Good stuff at Save-A-Lot.
And what is good about it, you can actually get free bowls for like $34. You can get 2 bowls, the exact size that you need to put your lunch to go to work. You have a whole set for $41. You have another set for $43. You have bowls as low as $10, $17. Let me tell you, the one for the broth and the soup is only $17. And if you are not eating plenty, looking at what you're eating, there's one for $10 that can actually take your meal. But I would give people like you and Lennon the $17. Because you know you give them please. So we would give you the $17. But just imagine the kind of price, because you're saving 40% on these bowls. That's why I'm saying to customers, do not wait for month end, because it will not be there. You have your credit card, your debit card. Save-A-Lot taking all cards that have. So come to Save-A-Lot, swipe your card, because it's not going to stay there, and make your purchase. We also take checks. We take US dollars. You do not have a problem. The bank is right across. So if you go to Save-A-Lot and you get a good time, so can I pay one fin guys pay you, then they be like that guys pay you.
That's why we're going to take a break and come back after this.
It was very short.
Oh boy. I tell you.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
Hi, my mom shops at Save-A-Lot for all our school supplies. Shoes, stationery, bags, water bottles, and food containers. Fabric for my uniforms. Mom gets coloring books and crayons for my little sister. We love the sharpeners, character pens, bags, and pencils that Mom chooses. Save-A-Lot is the best.
I choose Save-A-Lot because it's the one-stop shop for all school supplies for my growing girl. I do not have to worry about the quality and price because Save-A-Lot got everything we need at affordable prices.
Preschoolers to college students, Save-A-Lot got you covered. Spend $100 in Save-A-Lot HBC and enter for a chance to win a bookshelf valued at $700. Come on down to Save-A-Lot for all your school supplies. Save-A-Lot, make back to school shopping easy.
Storm Tip brought to you by Save-A-Lot. A storm can come at any time during the hurricane season. Being prepared is very important. Prepare for a storm by stocking up on emergency supplies, including canned and other non-perishable foods. Lots of water, batteries, lanterns, flashlights, storage containers, and resealable bags. First aid kit and battery-operated radio to stay up to date on the latest information. Also remember to have your mobile phones fully charged and have all emergency numbers handy. Visit Save-A-Lot Supermarket and HBC Department and we will get you fully ready for any storm.
I work hard for my money, so it means a lot. I gotta buy things and don't wanna spend a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. Where shopping makes a better deal. Where prices set your dollar bill. I work hard for my money, so it means a lot. I gotta buy things and don't wanna spend a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot.
Q95, and just by way of programming, I need to tell you, I know everybody's waiting and sitting for 9:30 for Mr. Lennox Linton. What we have decided to do is to extend the time to about 10 o'clock. Mr. Lennox Linton will be back with 10. I'll give you a full hour extra from 10 to 11. There's a lot to talk about. The weatherman, Marshall Alexander, will be speaking with us from 9:30 with Lennon. And there's other important information. This is the information station, and Rosemary is back with us to give us all the exciting news.
Well, yes, Martin, we are keeping it hot. I'm telling you, we're not going to keep it cold, you know. It is hot.
Is it hot?
It is hot because, Matt, everything at Save-A-Lot, Matt, is just on special. So you see why it is hot and Dominicans must come down to Save-A-Lot today. I want them to come and take advantage of our steaming iron. And when I tell you about steaming iron, don't think it's a pacifier. When I tell you Save-A-Lot is known for brand and quality. And our steaming iron is only $75 today. And I always tell people it is good to have a spare. And they tell me why. But imagine you have one iron in your home and you're ready to go to a function, too hot chiffon, and you cannot find an iron. You may want to go and knock your neighbor's door in a boy's at work. So what do? You need to have a spare. And if the price of $75, that's why you should go to Save-A-Lot, take advantage and have one spare iron, because that's very important. Also, we want you to beat the heat. You know it is so hot. I know you might say, why we will be getting storm, we will be getting this. But during storm, it is hot all the time. So at Save-A-Lot, we want you to beat the heat with our 18-inch fans. I cannot tell you, the price is just too low to mention, but it's the lowest price you can think of on island. So I want you to walk into Save-A-Lot. I also tell my customers, you can test fan, you know they tell you all about our fans, but go and test the fan, shake it, fill your fan before you purchase your fan. Make sure that fan can stand. If you want it to rotate, it's not going like a vonvon. You don't have a vonvon in your ear. You cannot sleep. You want a fan that is working and you can sleep at peace. peace. You can rest comfortable under your fan. Save-A-Lot don't believe in no von fan. So spend wisely and come to Save-A-Lot and get a good fan. And think of an 18-inch fan. That's not a small fan. That's a fan that can give you enough wind. Okay? So, and it can make you feel cool. Cool down the heat with that fan. Also, what else can you purchase at a great deal at Save-A-Lot? I tell you, during the storm, you need what? A flask. Remember, when you go into a shelter, you may not have a switch or something. You may not even have a hot kettle, something you can plug in. When you put boy lower car, you mommy, play flask and get ready to go. So that's why you must get a big flask from Save-A-Lot. And I'm going to tell you, for the size and quality of the flask, and you can even choose your color, it is only $29. And you don't even need to go if a cup, because the flask already come with 2 cups in the head. So you're talking about quality, brand, saving money, and that's what we give you at Save-A-Lot for only $29. Where else can you get that deal? And we don't want to forget in that great deal that we are giving away. The computer desk with bookshelf and everything attached. Usajik mete very before too a bookshelf seller. So well imagine what you are getting, and it is hard wood. Only spend $100. Write your name, your telephone number at the back of the receipt. And remember, you are qualified. But if you do not purchase at Save-A-Lot, can you get it? No. You've got to be in it. And you need to put more than one ticket in that draw. But you also need to know that at Save-A-Lot, when you think of quality, brand, and we as a business meeting your needs and thinking of you before we shop, that's what we do. Guess what we brought in for you? And I know if you are involved in cooking food to sell, or you have a restaurant, I know right now everybody have a business, and most of the people have a business for food. If some say food kini prilage, pas barbecue kavan, tout bite kavan, yampe oti kavan, yampe free kavan. But let me tell you something, you can sell everything, but our health have to be a responsibility if you are involved in the food industry. So guess what? If you're gonna be selling broth, you know we sell the chef pans, but for the first time, we went and we searched, and I have been looking for it, you know. We got the chefing pan that you can actually sell the broth and the soup and the pilau. Because guess what? You need depth. Ubus open kifonse. So 9 inches can take enough broth.
I saw them yesterday.
You saw them,
yeah,
tell them about it.
But I saw them when you brought them at the back. I saw them yesterday.
No,
it's very, very deep, man. It's about 9 inches.
Yeah, about 9 inches.
Yes, yeah, so you hold your broth with all your meat and your smoked meat, your fish, everything you need.
And it comes with a cover.
It comes with a cover as well. And it's very, very durable, very, very thick.
It is stainless steel.
So if you're a caterer out there, or you sell food, or even going out to the beach or something, and
because you have the chefing stand also.
Exactly, you have the stand.
And then you have the gel that you can warm that food when you reach on the beach.
And keep it warm.
And I was also thinking it's perfect for the people who are selling sauce. Laukav and pat cochon sauce, you need something that is deep also.
Oh yes.
Because remember, you have to put that added seasoning, and you want that thing to, when you pass that spoon in that, you want to be able to take enough sauce one time to give the person with their sauce. So you can come in to Save-A-Lot and you can get that. The price is right. It is a good deal. Remember, when you are selling food, preparation is key, and it must be done in the right way.
Yes, and kept at the good temperature.
Good temperature.
Especially those are selling black pudding, Matt, and that.
Very good, Lena, and the black pudding.
It's true. You have to have the right temperature, and you have the gel, and you can keep it warm or keep it hot in those new what do you call them again?
The chefing pans.
Chefing pans. That's what you call them, man.
So that's why we want the customers to really, really take care of their customers, because when you are selling food, the people that you are serving, their health is your responsibility.
Of course, I know environmental health was coming down hard on those.
And I am, trust me, and I must say, hats off to them.
Yes.
Because personally, when you are eating food, you must know what you are eating.
Exactly.
Because if I have a restaurant myself, I think my food will sell, because I will have my cook hat, I will have my apron, I will have the proper shoe, I will have the proper clothes.
Yes.
Because you don't want, to sell food, the next thing you get a couple branch of hair.
No, you don't.
Te mando manger, puis mouchou ça. A manger, yeah. and stew in the beef, my brother. But I saw it because I'm so particular about what I eat. When it comes for food, I'm very particular. And you realize I'm always talking about food and health, and nutrition,
and kitchen,
and keeping the place clean. That's why I cook my food myself. So when you are selling to me, I want to see that thing well covered.
Exactly.
I was walking close to the market and I saw someone selling some cupcakes. You cannot be flinging flies on cakes with your hand.
Exactly.
These cakes should be covered. So that's why at Save a Lot we are saying to you, if you are involved in food
and food preparation,
you must spend. On peut spend l'argent pour faire l'argent.
And we know the qualities of stainless steel,
It is healthy. It is healthy.
Food is stainless steel.
It is healthy.
Not like plastic and you see them sometimes if a mush try to chase.
That is what I'm telling you, just flies. You cannot do that.
Yes.
So if you come to Save a Lot and you get the chef in pans with the covers, think of the amount of money you're gonna make from your business.
Exactly.
More customers. Everybody will say, boy, when I go by so and so gas, même si most people they can cook.
Yes.
But the mere fact that you see flies and these things around the place, you don't want any food, True. So right there where you spend to make money, you're gonna make money. But if you invest wisely, you come in to Save a Lot and you purchase your shaving pans, your shaving gels, the covers, the racks. Of course, they will buy your food and they will bring in more customers to your business. So that is why at Save a Lot, we like to advise our customers and we ensure that we give you the right product at the right price. And of course, free consultation, okay? Free consultation. And I must say hats off to the staff of Save a Lot. Always on point, always on cue, and always willing to go the extra mile to assist the customers in getting their product.
One last thing before Rosemary wrap up, Matt. Yesterday, I know the new crave is health and fitness. Quite a few young women nowadays see them walking in the afternoon taking kale smoothies are quite big nowadays, man.
Yes,
big. Quite big. And if you're looking for that perfect receptacle or bottle to put in your desk to sip on your smoothie for the entire day, Rosemary has the entire range. I mean, I'm not saying the bottle for you. She has the entire range. She has the mason jars. She has the bigger ones that hold 20 fluid ounces. She has the 16 fluid ounces one, Matt. And it's a new crave at Fine Foods. Quite a few. I was asking, where's that coming from? The people in the office, almost everybody has one in the office. So when you know that your staff is buying out items, you know it's pretty good, man. The quality is good, the price is perfect. So if you're looking for that perfect receptacle, mason jar to hold your smoothies or your shakes or whatever you're having, come on to Save a Lot. And Matt, with the durable straws, I know Rosemary is big on that. Matt, the straws are very, very durable. And if you're looking for that perfect mason jar to keep your smoothie cool at your desk for the entire day, come down to Save a Lot. We have the entire range.
Yes, that's great, Lennon. And in closing, let me say that we also brought in some huge jugs from Rubbermaid, very strong, very durable, and I know that many customers have been looking for good bottles to put their juice and water on the refrigerator, because we always tell people it is good to drink water. Like when you drink a liter of blue water, you see people reuse it to put water on the fridge. We say no, do not reuse these bottles. When you use them to drink the water, you should do away with them. So we brought in Rubbermaid container that is BPA free, healthy, that you can put your water and your juice. They are big, so they can take everything that you need. And we also brought in Rubbermaid bottles. So if you're looking for some healthy Rubbermaid bottles that you can put your lemon or your apple or anything that you want to soak in to flavor your water, we also have that. But let me say, in closing, it's always a pleasure to be here and to welcome Mr. Alexander. You know, Mr. Alexander will be telling you everything about the weather, and to our other guests that's in here with us, and to say to Dominica how much I love you, and I want you to continue to support the Save-A-Lot store and the supermarket. It is locally owned. And I'm also so proud to say to you that everybody who are employed in Save-A-Lot, we are all Dominicans. So you need to support a local business and let the business continue to grow, that we can continue to employ our young people who are leaving school. So you see why your dollar is spent wisely at Save-A-Lot. I love you, Dominic.
I love you too, Rosemary. Have a great day, huh? There will be some weather ahead. Yes. We'll talk about that.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
Hi, my mom shops at Save-A-Lot for all our school supplies. Shoes, stationery, bags, water bottles, and food containers. Fabric for my uniforms. Mom gets coloring books and crayons for my little sister. We love the sharpeners, character pens, bags, and pencils that Mom chooses. Save-A-Lot is the best.
I choose Save-A-Lot because it's the one-stop shop for all school supplies for my growing girl. I do not have to worry about the quality and price because Save-A-Lot got everything we need at affordable prices.
Preschoolers to college students, Save-A-Lot got you covered. Spend $100 in Save-A-Lot HBC and enter for a chance to win a bookshelf valued at $700. Come on down to Save-A-Lot for all your school supplies. Save-A-Lot, make back-to-school shopping easy.
Storm Tip brought to you by Save-A-Lot. A storm can come at any time during the hurricane season. Being prepared is very important. Prepare for a storm by stocking up on emergency supplies, including canned and other non-perishable foods. Lots of water, batteries, lanterns, flashlights, storage containers, and resealable bags. First aid kit and battery-operated radio to stay up to date on the latest information. Also remember to have your mobile phones fully charged and have all emergency numbers handy. Visit Save-A-Lot Supermarket and HBC Department and we will get you fully ready for any storm.
I work hard for my money, so it means a lot. I gotta buy things and don't wanna spend a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. Where shopping meets a better deal, where prices set your dollar bill. I work hard for my money, so it means a lot. I gotta buy things and don't wanna spend a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot. My dollar goes far to save a lot.
It's 9:33. Good morning. Lennon is here with us. You know that. He'll be with us for the next half an hour. 10 o'clock. News. Yes. The news update. And 10:15, we have something scheduled with another company this morning there. So stick around. The programming is very, very, very tight. And Lennox Linton has agreed to be with us. Not this morning again, but at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We have him again. So he's in demand. And if he's in demand, this is the person that we're going to have on Q95 at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on the hot seat. Stick around. This afternoon, Thompson Fountain is in with me. We're going to talk for 1 hour about the economy. Lennon, good morning to you again.
Good morning to you, Matt, again. And good morning to all listeners. As we do the second half of the program. First half was with Rosemary and Save-A-Lot HBC. Second half, Matt, we're going to be speaking to Marshall Alexander, forecaster, senior Met officer, and we'll be speaking about the weather and preparedness for the hurricane season. And the last 10 minutes, we're going to speak to Maggie Dunstan-Peters from 767 Sports.
A lot is happening in the Veterans League there.
Yes, yeah. I thought I heard I had a guest appearance by a guy named Balltrix.
Oh, me.
You might be on the card. So
very soon.
We're coordinating Mr. D. Francis, who's always listening.
Very soon.
Mr. D. Francis need to get this organized to get Mr. Balltrix back on the field. But
I have to do some training for sure.
Yeah, you walk every morning, right, man?
I used to.
You stop, man?
Yeah, used to. But it will commence any moment now.
All right. But anyway, we'll discuss that coming up at about 10 minutes to the hour. So, man, let's go across to Mr. Alexander, see what's going on with the weather.
I saw something from the satellite images. Something's going on.
Look, we're getting some water, boy.
We're going to get some water. Mr. Alexander, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning to you, Matt, and good morning to the listeners of Q95, and also a special good morning to the staff of the Dominica Med Service.
The weather has been good to you so far?
Well, so far so good. We are well into the hurricane season, which began on the 1st of June, and we're on letter D. That is, we just had done recently. So we have to, there's the names goes all the way to W, but the prediction is for 11 to 17 named storms.
So that means we're way past you, Alexander. Still a Marshall coming up.
The first one was Arlene.
Arlene.
So
okay.
Arlene developed over the Atlantic. That was in April, somewhere between the 19th and the 21st of April.
Okay.
And then we had Brett, which developed in June between the 18th and the 20th, and that passed south over Trinidad area. Then we had Cindy again in June, which formed in the Gulf of Mexico. And then we had Tropical Depression number 4.
Okay.
And then it was that was between July 5th and to the 7th, and that was over the Atlantic. And then recently, as of Monday into Tuesday, we had Tropical Storm Dawn, which passed over the areas of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada.
You just showed me an image there. What is it that we're expecting? Some weather?
Well, what I showed you earlier was a radar imagery.
Okay.
From Meteor France. What it actually shows is rainfall. So you can see that there's some more rainfall coming our way. So we're expecting some cloudy conditions with some showers during today.
Later today?
Yes, it's already started, so expect to continue today.
All right, thank you very much. And let's talk a little about the Atlantic hurricane season in 2017 predictions that you have at this time.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, there's a 45% chance of an above normal season likely, and that is 11 to 17 named storms and 5 to 9 hurricanes predicted, with 2 to 4 major hurricanes. And major hurricanes would be of categories 3 and above, having winds of 111 miles per hour or higher. An average season would comprise of 12 named storms, of which 6 would become hurricanes and 3 major hurricanes. So you can see that we are above average based on the prediction.
Based on the predictions, you concerned, Lennon, at this time? You making your preparations?
But you have to be a bit concerned, especially where we live, Matt. We saw how devastating some rain can be during Erica, and we've seen the effect of storms on the island. I know you don't have to be a hurricane to cause severe damage. And of course, Matt, we are very, very concerned.
Yeah, that's why the Met Office advised persons to be prepared even outside of the hurricane season.
People still ask the question, where do I get the latest information on the weather? Can you tell us at this time?
Well, we have a number of ways of disseminating weather information. We have the radio, where we do weather reports. We have our website, which is weather.gov.dm. We also have a weather hotline. You can call 447-5555. We also have a Facebook page, which is Dominica Met.
Okay, give me that number again.
447-5555.
Okay, 447-5555. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up with Mr. Alexander. Then we get to Mr. Maggie Dunstan Peters this morning. Coming back after this. It's a packed morning.
Remember, we are in the hurricane season. Be sure you're well supplied with any prescription drugs that you or your family take on a regular basis. This can be a daunting task, as some pharmacies will not honor refills until the last refill is nearly used up or has run out, or without approval from your doctor. If necessary, visit your doctor for an extended prescription. Weeks may go by without the ability to get refills, putting your health or even your life at risk. We are in the hurricane season. Cut down trees close to your house, car, and any other buildings, or at very least trim their branches. If a large tree falls onto your house, it can punch a big hole in the roof. If a large tree falls onto your car, it can easily be crushed flat. Spindly evergreens are especially likely to fall in the event of a hurricane. Remember, we are in the hurricane season. Listen to Q95 FM radio when a hurricane is approaching. This will help you create a plan of action. Continue keeping in touch with your friends and family. They will gain comfort just knowing where you are, how you are faring, and how close the storm is to you. If you are in an area that is on the outskirts of the storm, tell them. Assure them that you are all doing well. Remember, they only know what they are told on the radio, and their imagination runs wild. If you lose your telephone power, call them at least once with your cell phone to tell them you do not have a phone service and that you will call as soon as it is restored. This way, you do not have to use up your cell phone minutes, which should be saved for emergencies.
This is Q95. I will stop with fine foods on the Thursday morning here. I need to ask you another question, Ms. Alexander. There are, other people who look on different sites for weather. What would you advise in terms of why or what you do not look for or look at, because it can give you some wrong predictions? Huh?
Well, we always advise the public to get the information from an authentic source. All right, so do not listen to rumors and do not spread rumors, because we are the official office responsible for disseminating weather information in Dominica.
There's a lot of fake.
Yes, I mean everybody want to put out information, but the Met Office is the authentic source of information as it relates to weather in Dominica.
All right, but I just want to ask Mr. Alexander a question.
Go ahead.
Important question, I think. Matt, we've been listening to the weather forecast for the past, Matt, for me, it's been maybe over 20 years. And one of the things that I've been looking forward to is a simplification or simplified version of the weather forecast. I know that we do the weather forecast and it's used for aviation, it's used for the people navigating the ocean, etc.
So you're saying there's some terms you hear complicated?
Matt, I'm familiar with some of the terms because, of course...
You've been doing this for so long.
But, Matt, there are ordinary Dominicans out there who would not know what relative humidity is or barometric pressure. And this is always done in the weather forecast. So I want to ask Mr. Alexander, seeing that he's our senior Met officer, are there any plans to simplify the weather forecast coming up, soon?
We have been making a lot of attempts to simplify the weather report, and we have also been doing public education, so like we are doing here right now. So we usually go out to the schools and to the villages and on the radio to explain what some of the terms mean. And
so the term barometric pressure would mean what?
Well, barometric pressure...
For the local man there.
Well, that would be the force per unit area of a column of air on the surface of the earth. But the implication of that is whether you would be getting good weather or whether you would be getting bad weather. Because there's what you call normal barometric pressure. And if there's an above normal barometric pressure, then we would expect good weather by theory, but not necessarily, because there's what you call high winds, which would cause what you call convergence, which would result in the buildup of clouds. But if the barometric pressure is below normal, then we would expect an increase in cloudiness and possible shower activity.
What are some of the terms that the public very concerned about that may be too technical for the people out there.
Well, the public would have to point that out. Yeah.
Well, because you said that you're on a public education drive, so
to mention the normal barometric pressure would be 13.2 millibars or 29.92 inches of mercury. So anything below that would be below normal, and most of the systems coming through would have a pressure below normal. So sometimes you hear that there's a low pressure area coming through. So with that, you can expect a bad weather.
All right, Leonard, you sort of clarified for you. Still a little too technical.
You listen to weather forecasts and from other countries.
And to clarify the term relative humidity, it is the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere as compared to the total amount of water vapor the atmosphere can hold. So
why would that be important for the ordinary man?
That would be important to determine how stable or unstable the atmosphere is.
Okay.
Or how moist the atmosphere is. When there's high humidity in the atmosphere, then you would feel uncomfortable, especially when the sun is out. You know, and sometimes when the humidity is low, then it would be very dry, and that would affect you. You know, in terms of your feelings and in terms of you maybe getting thirsty fast or something like that. Right? That means it is dry. So
is that important to you, Leonard?
It is, man. But what I was asking for is just a simplified version. We give the complicated one, and at the end of it, when we give the forecast, we say it's gonna be a sticky day, it's gonna be a humid day, you're gonna feel hot, or we just simply say we have a 10% chance, 20% chance of showers or thunderstorm. If we get in rain, we'll be by the afternoon, something like that. Just a simplified version, so the ordinary man can say, okay, we might get some showers this afternoon. You know, that's.
But you're saying to him, he doesn't really care.
I think
to the ordinary man, you know, barometric pressure doesn't.
I mean, to the ordinary person, when I about barometric pressure and how many inches of mercury, I mean, you know, you would not even bother about that too much. So, Masha, maybe that's something you can.
Well, I think you probably need to check our website, because right now the forecast for today is saying mostly cloudy and hazy with some scattered showers during the morning period.
Well, that is simple.
Okay, right.
Yes.
So that is simple enough. So
let's say keep it simple.
Right, that's what we're trying to do.
Somebody's asking a question too. Hello.
Yes, what's up? Good morning, good morning, Lennon and guests. I understand what Lennon's saying. It makes a lot of sense. He thinks in layman terms. Because not everyone, you know, are privy to those languages there. Some of us went to high school only, some of us college. But just like my brother, if you don't eat pork and you go buy something in the store, they give you all kind of name, and it simply means pork fat or pork fat or pork glycerin. All they have to just say it in layman terms. And I would like to ask the gentleman, what is it that there's some aircraft always spraying in the atmosphere, and all of a sudden after an hour or so you see it's a white blanket over? I mean, I know it's a conspiracy that is things that they're spraying to manipulate the weather. Is he aware of that? Thank you.
Trust my friend Dion, huh? Yes, a lot of people talk about that, but it's not something that you're dealing with at this point, I'm sure.
You know, most times we have public education programs on the radio. Then we don't have much people calling, but they're listening. But there are things that they would like to ask. You know, so if there is a concern or there's something that you would like the Met Office to explain, then you can call and ask. You know, okay, you use that term, and I would like to find out what's the meaning of that term and what's the implication of that.
It's true. A lot of people don't listen to these kind of programs. But let me advise you from a programming expert. Try to make it sexy. That's all I'm going to tell it to you. Try to make it in a way that they will listen.
Yes.
You get me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the caller mentioned about something spraying in the ear.
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, there's a saying out there now that the people out there can change the weather patterns based on what they spray. Have you heard that?
Yeah,
that happens a lot in Russia.
Yeah,
so if you don't want it to be a very dry day, you know.
Weather manipulation. Yeah.
That's called cloud seeding. Cloud seeding. That's when you spray some of the particles in the air.
But you've heard that a lot. You've heard that a lot, yes.
You have it enhancing condensation, so then most of the clouds will rain out, etc.
So they call it what?
Yeah. Cloud seeding.
Cloud seeding. See, I haven't heard that term. in the past.
It's amazing how time flies by. We only have like 10 minutes left in the program, and we at Fine Foods and Save a Lot by extension will continue to partner with the Office of Disaster Preparedness, also the Met Office, to give those tips and give that information to the public. And feel free to call in to ask your questions. We'll be back on next week Thursday. If Marshall isn't there, maybe one of his members of his team or Mr. Cecil Shillingford will be. One of them will be there to speak about disaster preparedness as we at Fine Foods continue to partner and give out the information during this hurricane season.
Any final advice or parting advice you'll be back to the many people out there in terms of the hurricane season?
Yes, we always try to make ourselves available to educate the public as it relates to weather conditions and weather terms, etc. And also, we would like the public to also be part of the discussion by calling in and asking questions, asking us to explain the terms you would not understand or things you would like to find out what it does it mean to you, etc. And continue to listen to the weather report and to take the necessary precautions. That we are in the hurricane season, and we have until the 30th of November, which is the official end of the hurricane season. But that's no reason to let our guards down, because weather systems can affect us even outside of the hurricane season.
All right, Marshall, thank you very much for continuing to educate the people about the weather and weather conditions. Thank you. We'll see you again next time, huh?
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We do this and then we'll come back. We have another guest in studio.
Hurricane season. Cut down trees close to your house, car, and any other buildings, or at very least trim their branches. If a large tree falls onto your house, it can punch a big hole in the roof. If a large tree falls onto your car, it can easily be crushed flat. Spindly evergreens are especially likely to fall in the event of a hurricane. Remember, we are in the hurricane season. Listen to Q95 FM radio when a hurricane is approaching. This will help you create a plan of action. Continue keeping in touch with your friends and family. They will gain comfort just knowing where you are, how you are faring, and how close the storm is to you. If you are in an area that is on the outskirts of the storm, tell them. Assure them that you are all doing well. Remember, they only know what they are told on the radio, and their imagination runs wild. If you lose your telephone power, call them at least once with your cell phone to tell them you do not have a phone service and that you will call as soon as it is restored. This way, you do not have to use up your cell phone minutes, which should be saved for emergencies.
Mr. Dunstan Maggie Peters in the house with us this morning on the Fine Food Stop. He's going to talk to us for a few minutes. I know there's something big happening in Newtown in the past few weeks. Dunstan Maggie Peters, what's going on?
Yeah, well, this morning is all about, it's not Newtown, always big, but this morning is about the basketball vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, the youth.
You're so involved, huh?
Yeah. He's in everything, man.
Yes.
But once it's sports, I not,
Mm-hmm.
So it's about the summer basketball youth training program. We started last year and it was great. We had some nice fruits beer from it. Enough kids made their school teams which you couldn't play basketball at all, and scored some big points and looking good. So we continued as a second annual one, and Fine Foods, they have come on board and I'm really excited and happy to be part of the family, and we want to keep it, and make it grow. So we're very, very grateful, and we going to start. We were supposed to start on Saturday, but because of the partnership and the Fine Foods come on board, that we're going to extend to prepare better to make it grand. The grand opening on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Dominica Grammar School playground, and we're going to start grand opening of the summer basketball program. Youth from 7 years old going up, boys and girls. We encourage girls especially because we need the female ballers. We haven't got much of that on the island, and and we need to build the ladies' self-esteem, and so we're encouraging the ladies, the young girls, to be part of it. So it's gonna start on Tuesday, 3 o'clock at the grammar school grounds, grand opening with Fine Foods, KFC, and Blue Water, and it's gonna be, we encourage the registration is still open, only $50, and 5 weeks of intense fun training, 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. And it's going to be some nice, when the kids finish there, they're going to have a great understanding of the game and they're going to enjoy basketball even more.
Do you play basketball, Lennox?
Yes, I do, but I don't play now because we don't have a court in Loda, but I can play.
You can play a little bit.
Yeah, I played, yeah.
We don't take his word for it.
you
have to.
You told me you can bake and I haven't seen the cake.
On Tuesday, I'll be
right.
I'll be shooting some free
That's
throws.
right. That we don't do about. We don't do about I can play. I will show it. I make one show us.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday for
of course. For the opening ceremony.
Shooting some free throws, man.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, is there an age range?
Yeah, man, from 7 years old.
From 7 go up. So once you cannot play and you want to play and you want to learn to